What is up, team? Welcome to your 25-minute lower body build. This is your winter arc, and we are doing EMOMs and AMRAPs. Now, if you don't know what all those letters mean, no worries. We're going to go over it together. It's just a different style of training that has you working every minute on the minute or has you doing as many reps as possible. This workout is snack size, so it's short, which means there's not a ton of rest. So you need to pause when you need to, and it's designed so you can do it anywhere you want. But let's get ourselves warmed up first. I'm going to have you walk to the edge of your mat. We're going to soften into our knees right away, drop our ribs down, relax our shoulders, and start some easy shoulder rolls. As you're doing that, I just want you to ground into the feet. So come into little mini squats, but keep that weight over the center of the foot, pressing through the heels, making those shoulder rolls a little bit bigger for 3 and 2 and 1. Now, as you stand up, I want you to pull your heel back towards your glutes and pull your elbows back as well. So some standing kicks before we go into our walkout. Now, I'm doing this to contract through my hamstrings. When we walk out and the hamstrings stretch, they have a little bit of activation going on. But if this causes any cramping, just take a second, shake it out. Our hamstrings can be a little temperamental, so give them some time. Opening up those elbows, pulling through. Let's go for 2. And 1. Nice work. Go ahead and bend into the knees as deeply as you need to. Walk the hands down to the ground, taking big steps with the hands, then we find our plank position. We're going to step 1 foot forward, give me a runner's lunge, then open up that arm, really reach out, come back through center, hike it back up into the hips, bring the other foot down, center, and give yourself a little runner's lunge. Greatest stretch here. Take it back to that pike. Give me about 4 more here, your timing, really grounding through the whole foot before you lift those hips back up, pressing the ground away, just to drop that heel back down and connect to those glutes. Let's go 1 more on each side. You're taking your time, you're twisting deeply, you're breathing. And then let's hold it here. Go ahead and bring both feet up. So we're in a nice wide squat or a yogi squat, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna move side to side here. Just letting the knees open a little further, kind of feeling all the feelings in the hips, letting the shoulders roll back. If you're high, if you're low, whatever this is, just work with what you got today. And then we're gonna sit nice and deep down. Press those knees out. And I want you to bring one arm up, then bring the other arm up. Then bring both biceps, frame the ears, push through the heels, drive all the way out. Take a step back so you have a little bit more room. Then drive forward into your hinge shape. Really reach through the hips, bend through the knees, then rise back up, turn the toes out, and sink down into your squat. Push the ground away, stand tall, toes forward, give me a hinge. Reach back up, biceps, frame the ears, turn the toes out, go into that deep squat. Nice work. Back up, reach out. This time, pull the elbows back, reach forward. Arms up, come on down. This time, 1 elbow to knee reach, 1 elbow to knee reach. Let's do that 1 more time, all the way up. Give me that hinge, reach back, pull the elbows back, arms up, sit back down. Give me 1 shoulder, the other shoulder, and stand tall. Amazing work. All right, we should feel a little bit warm. Everything's been moved around, but now we're gonna get to work. This is a circuit class, and we're starting with a banded exercise. So we're going to do a squatting sumo walk, which means your band's above your knees, you're squatting down, taking a step up, taking a step up. It's gonna burn. Then we're gonna grab our weights, go right into our deadlift. You're gonna push and you're gonna pull. We'll move into our goblet squat after that, and then alternating lateral lunges. We'll be doing this every minute on the minute, which means we're working for 45 seconds, we're resting for 15, minute 2, we start that next exercise. We'll repeat twice, and it's going to burn. This class is amazing because you can do it with whatever you've got. So if you're traveling, and you only have a couple heavy things to grab, or maybe 2 gallons of milk, or a couple heavy packages, you can do this on the go as well. You could even do it with a friend. But we're gonna get this work in, and we're gonna get it done quick. So come to the edge of your space, your mat, push those knees out for me. We're gonna squat down, take a step, stand tall, bring it in. Squat down, take a step, stand tall, bring it in. Now, as you stand tall, we're pushing those knees out. And if you get a little messed up, don't worry about it. You can go down, you can go up, as long as you're pressing those knees out. Taking the other way. So step, squat, up, together. Good. Never letting yourself lose any of that tension. Really pushing those knees out all the way through, all the way up, just warming up those hips, warming up that squat pattern, and taking it back to the center. Boom. Good, all the way up, and let it go. Now I'm gonna keep the band on for these next two exercises. That is completely up to you. If you have no weights at all, you could just use the band. But we're gonna go for a deadlift here. It should feel decently heavy. Shoulders pull back, ribs pull in, and I want you to move as long as you can, going for those 12 reps. All the way down and up. Now, every minute on the minute is different than as many reps as possible. So I'm asking you to do 12 deadlifts, and then I want you to stop. That's gonna give you enough rest to get ready for the next exercise. When we say AMRAP, as many as you can, that's doing as many good reps as you can in that amount of time. That's not what I'm asking here. I want you to get those 12, and then I want you to stop. Take the rest of the time as a rest and get prepped for that next exercise. Big reach back in the hips, bracing through that core, shoulders back, really keeping those arms as close to the thighs as you possibly can. Last second here. Nice work, rest it out. Right into our goblet squat, and I only need 10 of these, but I need you to hold it at the bottom. That's how we're intensifying this. So grab your weight, turn those toes out slightly, get nice and supported, pull the ribs in, and here we go. We take it to the bottom, we hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Good. And down. Really pushing the ground away, pushing that band apart. Shoulders relaxed down the back. Not letting those knees come in at all. The band is a nice tool for finding out if you're about to do that. Relaxing the shoulders back. Really trying to unclench the jaw. Keep that weight centered over the foot. Ribs are down. Breath is through the back side of the body. If you're taking those 3 seconds, we should be nearing the end here. You rest when you need to. All the way up, and that's it for me, rest. All right, next up, we're pushing through, we're dropping the band. Band is no longer needed. We're going for that dumbbell alternating lateral lunge. Now we're taking a big step here. We only need 5 on each side, so take your time. Big deep breath, let's go. Big step, sink it down, step in. Nice. Step, sink it down. So I want you to think of these as both a squat and a deadlift on that single leg. We're stepping out. We're bringing our chest towards that thigh. We're sticking our glutes back. We're taking it with those hips square, shoulders square, and we're keeping the weights close to the sides. We're going heavy on these today, because if we're not gonna do that much of something, we wanna make sure it really counts. All the way up close, let's go. Sink it back, evening it out, boom, nice work. Last one here is our goblet surrender. Now I know some of us do not like a surrender. You can do this body weight, you can pad your knees, or you can do a hovering lunge here, just holding for a second back. Anything you choose, let's get to it, okay? Big step back. Knees meet, step forward, lean, push off the ground, switch. So when we're stepping up, I want you to really feel like the back leg cannot help you. So that front leg is grabbing onto something and pushing you up to stand. When you walk back, you're coming through a normal kind of lunge stance. So keeping those knees about 2 fist distance apart and really evening out the hips and shoulders. Work is working right now. We've got 15 seconds after this round. We'll get that band back on and we'll repeat again. All the way and rest. Amazing. Band or no band, back to our squatty sumo blocks. Every minute on the minute is tough. This is not just a strength protocol, but it's a conditioning protocol. This is something you'll see sometimes. Sitting down, step it out. Really sinking, pressing, pulling, pushing yourself to stay low, stay in it. You know this isn't gonna last very long, and we wanna get some good work out of this time together. Boom, sink, core is tight, using that brace, using that breath. Nice. Push it down. Done, done. Drive. We're just activating, right? We're just getting a little bit more. Squeezing a little bit more juice out. And rest. Amazing. Back to the deadlift, keeping the band on. See that? Band tried to get off. No, no, no. Can't do that. Deadlifts, I only need 12 from you, or to match the number you did before. You've got that on your screen, or you've got that in your head. Either way, let's hit that number. Let's go. Now, every minute on the minutes are fun because they allow you to do no weight changes, to instead just change the number of reps to match that weight, to match that effort. In these workouts, we often get both power work, where we're working just for strength, and bodybuilding or conditioning style, where we get more endurance. And when you put them all together, it's gonna get that heart rate up. It's going to make you sweat. Really push those hips back, keep that core nice and braced. Drive up, squeeze the glutes, tuck them underneath, and boom. Arguably the worst one for me is this goblet squat. This is where my body goes, no more please. So let's do it and get that big squeeze at the bottom. Shoulders are back and down, ribs are down. Feet are in position. Let's go, sink it down, hold it, 3. Drive up, good. Big inhale down. Exhale, pull it all up. Really using that exhale to push yourself off the ground. Using that inhale to drop yourself down, shoulders back, ribs in. Pushing yourself into that position, and then driving, really pressing those knees out and away. Keeping the toes down on the ground. Try not to roll in or out of the foot. And when you come to stand, squeezing those glutes together and getting that little bit of a tuck underneath with the hips. Last one. And nice work. Let it go. Band off. We got this. Little break. Lateral lunge time. I started this way last time, so I'm going to start this way and try to keep that energy moving around. We take a big step and we drop into it. Boom. All the way up. Nice. Step. Framing that leg, but keeping the weights, just shaving the shin. We want that vertical shin with the hips going back, the ribs staying in, feeling that nice big brace, almost that slight hollow shape in the core. Really using the whole foot to push yourself away, driving down as the shoulders stay rolled back. Boom. And getting this work in. We don't have a lot of time. And rest. Whether it's just the weather, your schedule, the holidays, being with family, traveling, we often don't have as much time to work out over the holidays. And we need it even more, right? We need these moments to ground ourselves. We need moments to just be with ourselves, right? To do something that takes us out of our headspace or out of the moment we're in for just a second. Something that's gonna make us feel better mentally and physically. And will keep us on track with our goals, right? You gotta be flexible with your goals, and maybe your 5-day-a-week training plan with body part splits and 15,000 steps a day, maybe that has to be altered during these times, but we don't have to give it up. All the way up. Big push, boom, and rest. Super quick rest before we get into our next round. We're going for a dumbbell glute bridge, and we're gonna work some abductions and then a side lying leg lift. Now I'm going to use a yellow plate for that leg lift section. You can use no plates at all, or whatever you've got that can give a little weight, no big. For the glute bridge, if it's uncomfortable to set it on your hips, you can add a small pillow or just omit it completely, no big deal. Set that weight on, pull the heels back towards the glutes, and let's go for it. We lift and lower. So now we're in our AMRAP section, but this doesn't just mean as many reps as possible. I want you to add a hyphen in there. It's as many good reps as possible, as many solid reps. So as we lift the hips, we really squeeze the glutes together and come into that posterior tilt, that little bit of a hip tilt, so that the front of our hips feel really extended and long. We drive fully into the heels, and we press that band apart. Nice work. Now we're gonna hold it up here for this next one. So drive those hips up, tuck the tailbone under, squeeze through, and we're just gonna press those knees out. Just press and press. You can roll the weight a little lower to make it more comfortable, or you can omit that weight altogether. But what I don't want you to do is let those hips lower at all. So it's a press and a press. Keep the ribs down, relax the shoulders down, really feel grounded through the feet. The shoulders, unclench the jaw, press out, you've got this. Try to break that band if you can. Almost there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. A little rest here. Beautiful. All right, sideline. We got our little weight. I'm going to take off my band here and simply going to switch sides after this, okay? We're on our sideline position. We've got our knees in a 90 degree. I want my top knee to match my bottom knee so that my top hip is right over my bottom hip. That means you're gonna have to shift forward slightly. Flex those feet for me, then place the weight on the knee pit here. That's science for you. Pull everything up on the side body, lift this leg up, flex that foot, and then lower down. Lift and lower. So we've got this 90 degree, and I'm gonna let go of that plate because I feel like I trust my leg here. But that also means I can't go that low. I can't go that high. I've got to stay in this spicy zone here. And then I'm gonna pulse it here. Go pulse and pulse. Nice. Really keep those knees locked. Keep the core tight. Lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Switch. Quick, spicy. Let's do it. 90 degree angle. You're right on top of it. Knee on top of knee. Place that weight. Flex that foot. We lift and lower. Good. Holding ourselves up, making sure our ribs aren't opening or closing down, squeezing the sides of the glutes. It's just a little bit of work here, right? We're just hitting everything. We're energizing that whole low body. We are absolutely doing something on our to-do list, right? We're doing a hard workout. We're doing it quick, and we're hitting all the stuff. Pulse, pulse, core in. Keep it here. Keep that heel high. Almost there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. Band back on if you dig. You don't have to, but I think you'll want to. This is one of my favorite little supersets for Z legs in general. We're gonna get through it quick, and then we are done. Then you are back to what you need to do, and you can feel so good about the work you did. You got conditioning in, you got a solid lower body workout, and you got to do something really good for your mind because you did it when you probably didn't want to. Go ahead and find a plank position, keep that band where it is, and then walk the knees in, walk them out, and walk them in. Not too bad, right? As you walk the knees in, I want you to really hollow out the core. So push through the arms, keep those shoulders nice and long, drag, drag, then other leg, push, push. So using that band as a little bit of a resistance there, really scooping that core, push, push. Nice work. Find that bear, and if you can hold it with me. Staying lifted in the upper body, drop those knees a little lower. 30 seconds of abductions here, so we're just gonna press the knees out. Now this is one of the hardest things I think you can do, not just for the glutes, but for the brain. It's a little bit boring, and it's really hard. But we're here. It's an AMRAP, which means you're gonna stop when you need to stop, and you're gonna feel good about what you did. We don't have to go all the way through the 30 seconds. We're doing what we can. 10 seconds left though. If you can stay with it, hold it for 5, 3, 2, and 1. Take your quick break here. We're going for plank jacks or step outs. It's completely up to you. Extend those legs again. So either step, step, or hop. If you're hopping, I want them super controlled. I want you pushing that band apart. Not letting your shoulders sink here. Really pulling that core in. Squeeze, squeeze. You've got it. These are fun. We're bouncing around. We're having a good time. Energy to finish. 10 seconds. You stop when you have to. You push if you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, amazing work, my friends. Let it go. Holy moly, that was amazing. Lower body, definitely got a little core in there. Shoulders had to help out. And now let's let it go. Yeah, you deserve this time. When your workout is short and intense, you have to cool down, right? You have to let your body come back to its chill, to its homeostasis. You gotta let it settle. Exercise is stress, right? It's the stress we want. It's good stress, but it still adds more stress. So doing these short workouts and then letting yourself fully cool down is a great way to make yourself feel better and not add to your huge load here. Bring one foot inside the other heel or inside the other thigh. Flex that foot for me. Give it a gentle scoop over and then reach for that leg. Don't lock out the knee, just keep it long, but the knee soft. And give me some dynamic lifts and then some reaches. Keeping the crown of the head reaching forward. Big lift and reach. Feeling all the feelings. One more big reach and then hold it for me. You can add a little bit more if you want to open up this top arm. And then slowly come back to center, switch those legs. If one hip feels different than the other, you are normal, that is normal. Go ahead and give yourself those couple twists, find a grounding place, soft bend, flex that foot, and we go for it. So I like to cross one arm so I can really even out my shoulders. I'm not pulling against my leg, but I'm using it as a little bit of a guide. Trying to get my rib cage right over that leg, so a little bit of a twist there. And on this last one, just giving it a nice hold. If you added that T-spine opener, you can add it here. Nice work. Go ahead and lean back here for a second. Placing one ankle on top of the other knee. Hands are going to support you behind, and then we can just shuffle that leg in a little closer and then press this knee away. If this is too much, you just step it out and it can go all the way flat if that's where you are today. Always levels to all of these things, right? Breathing, I like a little movement here. And trying to start to match my breath here, so my inhales to my exhales. Slowly lift up, switch that leg, and take it the other way. Ankle, take it further to get started, walk it in when you're ready. Slowing that breath, maybe even letting the eyes get a little hazy, starting to think about how positive what we did just was. No matter how hard, no matter how many times you wanted to stop or sweaty, this is good. You took time to do something most people won't. Most people put it on the back burner until January 1st, until summer, and you're doing it now because you know the positive effects of something even this short on your brain and your body. Go ahead and let go. Come into your all fours position. Reach up, really arch your back, tuck your chin, tuck your hips. Open up, big inhale. Let's try to energize a little bit here as we finish. So inhale, pull everything in. Exhale, really let it go, shoulders back. This time, inhale, bend the knees, lift up through the hips. Exhale, bring it all the way back down, open up the chest. Inhale, round, find it back up through the hamstrings, and this time walk the feet towards the hands. Grab onto those elbows, let everything go. And as you roll up, I want you to let go of some of the small stuff that is pulling you down. And as we rise, think about all of the important stuff that you get to do in this season with the people you get to do it with. I hope you continue to take care of yourself and do this one as often as you need to for a little break for you and a good break for this. I'll see you on the mat very soon. Clean up your space, you can live in it. Bye-bye.